Greetings, my wonderful jelly spoons. You catch me while I am starting to work on my Finding Neverland Peter Pan project. I was about to say Finding Neverland Never Never mini movie Peter Pan project, but that's a whole different thing that is now finished. So this fantastic piece of sewing prowess is where we're at so far. I have been doing the lines for where I am cutting this out and making all the panels and stuff. So essentially, we are not too far into the process. You can see one of my commissions in the background. For anyone who does not know, over on my Ko-fi, and hopefully by the time this video goes up I will have an Etsy store. I did not want to go to Etsy, but it seems that is the best place to go, so here we are. I do bleach paint t-shirts where you guys give me a image that you like from a movie or a show or something, or you just give me a theme and I'll make you a t-shirt based on that. So hit up my Ko-fi or my Etsy, hopefully, for that. Alright, so we have the base done. So this is the front layer, and I've added the zip into. It looks so bad because it's so stretchy. And then I've got panels all the way around. Oh god, I can't even show you. Hang on. Let me just. There are panels all the way around. Basically, it fits me, which is more than I was expecting for the first trying on. But there we go. Get a mannequin that is your size, people. Saves you a load of time. Alright, so I am now going to stitch this all together. And then I'm going to try it back on again, but the right way round. As you may have noticed, it's inside out currently. Let's do it. Okay, don't judge me. I've decided to hand stitch this. Partly because it's kind of stretchy, and that would mean I'd have to reset my sewing machine. It's currently set up to do something else right now, but also because this just, I don't know, it's a very special costume. I've wanted to make this for a really long time, and it always feels kind of more personal when you're doing the hand stitching. It does take a lot longer though, but I don't mind. Currently I have stitched 2 stitches. So 1, 2, 3 panels, but I haven't done the zip on the front panel and I haven't done the second half of this back panel, but the front and the side, which when I flip it inside out again, so right side out, it will be my right hand on the front. Yep, so the right hand at the front panel and the right hand side panel. And then we've got to do the right hand at the back, and then the right hand middle of the back, and then the left hand middle of the back, and then the you get the gist. This is where it's all going. So yes, I have this much thread. I'm hoping it'll be enough. And now we are cutting out the sleeves. I've already got one over here. This one has been sewn down the one side, and then I'm going to fit it, and I'm going to put all of the rivets in down the other side, ready to lace up. And in the meantime, I'm cutting out the other side. So I've now been working out these pieces, which at the back attaches via the seam, and at the front it attaches like around the sleeve cuff. But they don't quite attach together at the top. It's like 2 pieces that interlock a bit. So I've drawn on my mannequin, and this is what I've come up with, because I'm going to double layer it. So that's going to be 1 piece. This is another piece, and I'm going to cut the rest of it out now. And this is what we have so far. I have added in the not quite so hidden zip, but it doesn't matter that it's not particularly hidden. I've decided, I've made that executive decision. Here is the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the band around about here. So the bottom part of the tunic is going to sit about here, and then I'm going to make a belt that's going to go round and cover the join. Okay, I am now making the skirt. So I've cut out the round panelly bits, and I am sewing the last piece together to make it a 4, but I'm leaving the front open because that is going to go one side and then the other to go wrap around. Okay, please forgive me for not videoing a little bit for this because I have been sick. So, I was just doing bits and pieces and I wasn't really filming it. This skirt is far too long, but I'm leaving it because I was just attaching it to see where it would fall and everything. And I'm going to be cutting it next, but I'm going to try it on first so I can cut it exactly where I want it to fall. I've also pinned in place these little acorns. I made these. These are like the acorn buttons that I used for my Never Never movie project. And I'm selling them on my Ko-fi page as well if you want one of these on a necklace. So it's just a little gold bead with some gold glitter hot glued onto it, attached onto these gold bits of strand there. You can see how completely damaged my friggin' mannequin is from all the places I've had to cut bits. And alright, so So here it is. Now, I'm not bothered too much about this not matching up at the back because it's just supposed to be flowy. But also, I'm going to have a band. I'm going to make the belt soon, and that's going to go round over the top of all of this. So it doesn't have to be particularly neat, and that's why I used black stitch to do this. So, and I've left it open a little bit at the front here. There we go. So, again, the skirt's going to be like probably up to here, not there. So ignore that bit. But yes, it's coming together slowly. Today, I am doing sleeves. Now, you all know how much I hate sleeves, so this is a bit of a shot in the dark, but at least they don't have to fit perfectly. So, I have hammer. I have so many of these that I am now going to count out to make sure I've got enough to go down both sides of both sleeves. And, yep. And then I shall lace them up and we shall see how it fits. And if it doesn't fit, well, at least I've still got a fair amount of fabric left to try again. I have just spent a long time hammering these bad boys in. And I still have a whole nother sleeve to do. I am very sorry to any neighbours who can hear me right now. I made a belt. It has a leaf on it. I have made the belt. It has leaf on it. The belt is going to go round here. Now I'm going to stitch these bad boys on. Welcome back once again to the wonderful world of being a cosplayer, which means pausing videos and zooming in as much as possible just to try and make sure that you're doing something properly. So, these flowers on Peter, who I have made allowances for. So I've been drawing like roughly where the shapes are going to go, right? I am now looking at making them. So I've been watching scenes, and because this movie didn't get a great deal of traction, annoyingly, there is next to nothing behind the scenes and stuff. So I have very few pictures of this costume to go with other than screenshots. So I'm currently looking at these flowers, and they are not just normal flowers. Of course they're not, they're from the Neverland. So they've sort of got a spider's web of pattern, which is what I'm working on here. So there's 7, this is what I've been counting, this is what my life has become. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 big sort of petally bits, and then strands going in a sort of spiral until you get to the squiggly bit in the middle. And then you have these leaves, which are sort of normal shaped leaves, you know, various different sizes and shapes. So you've got some that are, by the looks of it, sort of big and sweepy like this. And then you've got some sort of little funky ones, which are more sort of shaped like this. These ones don't matter too much because I can sort of edit those as I go. But this one, there are several of these. There are, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there's 4 big flower pieces. There might even be one on the skirt that I haven't looked at yet. So yeah, this is my day, looking at screenshots. Oh, the life of a cosplayer. So this is what I've made so far. I'm not unhappy with it, it does look fine, but then I remembered I have this from when I made Silas Briarwood, and it has a bunch of flowers already in it. So I have been cutting them out, and I have so far got 2. So I have made this, and I'm just thinking that even while they're not exactly the same as on this, they will just so much easier, because these are very flimsy, and every time you poke a needle through them, they're going to start ripping apart. So I'm thinking I'm going to use some small ones like this, and then some much bigger ones like this. So like the big pieces can go up there and go round, and there can be another big piece over here. So this is the decision right now. Silas Briarwood to the rescue. That's a weird sentence. I am just sat here looking at my work, and I just had a sudden moment of, it's so pretty! Just look at this. Look at all the leaves trailing off. This is going to be shorter, so I'll come up to about here. But look at them. Just trailing off around the corner. This lighting is really crap. You cannot appreciate the true colour of this in this lighting. It is really bad. But look at them. And they trail off, and they come up. And look at the little acorns. And it goes up. I'm gonna do a trail. I'm gonna do a trail right now. Are you ready? Look. And we go over the shoulder, and we're done. You ready? We start here, widdly widdly woo, with all the leaves, and we come up and we see the front and we see the leaves follow up here. I'm going to do some more leaf petals going around this side, I think. And then we go up and then we go over the shoulder and they come cascading down the back and then they join up with this one over here. How cool is that? It is now just a bundle. It is now just a pile of stuff. I am stitching on the sleeves. I hate sleeves. But I managed to measure these and get a sort of trick together so they are feeling better. I've done one, I've tried it on and that sleeve fits okay. I've pinned this one in place and I've tried it on, it feels okay. So I am going for it and I'm sewing the second one. And then I am fiddling about with what I want to do for the belt. I have decided that maybe instead of stitching the whole thing on, I might instead stitch it at the back and then just have it attached, but I don't want it to drop too low. So I might just do some little tiny stitches here and there. I'm not sure, I can't decide. So here we go, sleeves. Well, it is complete. I say that with tentativeness because I still haven't made the undershirt or the leggings yet, but this part is done. Look at the cool little sleeve caps and the sleeves that I stitched on. And I did add some extra little gold details. This is just gold paint that's drying, gold fabric paint. And we're gonna go up and over the shoulder. Look at all this cool stuff. So I feel like overall, really not too bad. Okay, now it is time to make the undershirt and the leggings. Let's go. I made yet another executive decision. I have decided instead of making an undershirt, I'm going to just make the sleeves and the collar so that it will always sit exactly where I want it to. And so far, I am really digging this collar. Get out of the sleeve! Oh my god, this lace is going to be the death of me. But it's so pretty, but bear with me, I am just wrestling with a friggin' sleeve. He is finally complete. We've got the floofy sleeve bits coming out of the end of the floofy sleeves. We have the floofy collar. Everything is complete. I am very excited to wear him, but right now I've got a lot of other things I need to do as well, and I'm going to try and make some leggings too. All right, let's go. I feel like I should document this process just in case it works. And there is every chance that it may not do. So this is the fabric that I got for relatively cheap. So if this does not work, it's fine. This is what I am maybe using to hopefully make some leggings. And if it doesn't work, as I said, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, it's got cool flower designs on it. It's a nice dark color. Yeah, it's not completely like the leggings that they had in the movie, and it's not quite like the ones I would like to make. I'm giving myself a lot of disclaimers. Let's just try it and see how it works. I changed my mind. I looked at the colour of the fabric and I just wasn't having it. I wasn't happy, so I've changed my mind. I just did a tester patch on these old leggings that I'm now going to use instead, and the bleach works. So I'm using this picture of Nina. You cannot see what I am seeing, but I promise you it's there. So if you zoom in really close, you can see the pattern design on those leggings there, and you also get a bit of it in this costume design here. So I am going to be working off of these to give myself a design. This is occurring. This is what's happening now. Thus commences the final part of the plan. I am dyeing the leggings, including the bleach painty bits, a darker shade of green, in the hope that the pattern will still be there, but it won't be as obvious. It won't be like bleached pale colours. It'll sort of be a lighter shade of green, and the leggings will be a nice shade of green as well. They were already sort of grey-y green, and now they're going to be a slightly darker green. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I am liking the result thus far. But they have only been submerged for a few minutes, so we shall see. Alright. I am not in any way copying the makeup from the movie. I've stolen their colours. It's like reds and golds and stuff, but I am in no way copying the makeup from the movie because I love it, but it is full-on stage makeup. Like, we're talking the massive overarching eyebrows, very minimal everything else, and that's just not how I do Peter Pan. My Peter Pan is not minimalist. So we're doing this, and we're doing the crazy hair. Alright, let's do this. So the leggings turned out well. The thing is that you can barely see any of them. Totally not regretting that entire time I spent painting these. Totally not. Alrighty, well that brings us to the end of yet another episode of Monday Madness. This costume did not take me as long as it seems like it took me, because technically I started work on this in January, and it is the end of March and I've only just finished. However, I have not been solidly working on just this for the last 3 months. I have been doing other things as well. I think if you put all the time together that it took me to make this ensemble, it would probably add up to about a week and a half, maybe, of working like a little bit each day. So I am particularly fond of my over-the-shoulder 3D leaves, which I really love, and getting the sleeves to fit. That was nice. And of these little acorn buttons. They were quite fun. I enjoyed those. And these leggings. I'm a fan of these leggings. The leggings in particular are giving me a lot of joy because they look a lot like the costume design that I wanted them to look like. They don't look exactly like the ones Kelly Macdonald wears in the movie version of Finding Neverland, but you really can't see the ones she wears very well. So I took a leap of faith, sprinkled with some fairy dust, and I based my design for the leggings on what she was roughly wearing, what Nina would have worn at the time, and some costume designs that never came to fruition. So it's not completely screen accurate, but I like it. And I'm 90% certain that no one else has ever made a replica of this costume yet, because when I was looking for pictures of the costume, literally nothing was coming up besides a few screenshots of the movie. So yeah, hey, I might be the only person in the world who likes it, but I want to have it, and now I do. And it is officially my new favourite Peter Pan outfit, so I will be wearing this a lot from now on. Alright then, that is it for this episode of Monday Madness, and this brings us to the end of March, which I decided quite last minute to give a theme to. So for the rest of the year, I'm going to get people on Instagram and TikTok and Patreon and stuff to vote for a theme, and every month is going to have a theme. March's theme ended up being love, which was quite a nice theme to have for the first theme of the year. We're starting March to March, but that's fine, that's where our calendar year is going to start for this. March, why the hell not? The theme was love, which I think is fairly fitting, to be honest. I did some work on my Mollymauk costume, who's a character who I love very much, and I'm rounding off the month with Peter Pan, who is my favourite character in the entire world. Mollymauk comes a very, very close second, but Peter Pan will always triumph at the top of my list. And this, the Finding Neverland Kelly Macdonald costume of Peter Pan, is a costume I have wanted to make ever since I first saw that movie. And I hadn't even really made anything at that point. I was not into sewing, I wasn't into cosplay, I had no idea how I'd even do it. I just knew that I really, really wanted to make it one day. And at least a decade later, here I am, and I have it. And I am very happy. Alright, I'm gonna go and film some Peter Pan facts and some content. Look out for this costume appearing on my TikTok page. You might have come here from TikTok, so whichever way around it was, thank you for appearing on my content. If you enjoyed it, chuck a like. If you didn't, chuck a like anyway. Why not? If you're not subscribed, I guess I should do the whole subscribe to me thing. And I want to know about your favourite costumes. Let me know, what are your favourite costume designs or movie costumes that you've seen, or stage costumes, a costume you have made or want to make, or even if you're not a cosplayer, just what's a costume that you like in a movie or a TV show or something like that. Let me know down in the comments below. As always, if you would like to support me, I have Ko-fi, where you can purchase commissions from me, which are personalised in-character messages for you. I'm considering doing in-character letters as well, so let me know if you'd be interested in something like that. I also do personalised, customised bleach paint t-shirts, and you can get a little acorn button necklace. I think there are a few left, and various other things like buttons and badges. I am in the process of making my Etsy store. I just, every time I hit the button, I take it back and get convinced that I haven't got enough to offer yet, so bear with me for that one. I also have my Patreon, of course, if you fancy being committed to me on a monthly basis. My Patreons get to see behind the scenes, so they saw this completed before for anyone else, and they get to know what the theme for next month is ahead of time. And seeing as it's the last week of March, I guess I'll tell the rest of you as well. So March's theme was love, and after getting loads of people to vote and comment and give me suggestions and things, I took the most popular ones and got everyone to vote on those. And so the theme for April is mischief. I think because of April Fool's Day. Feels fairly appropriate for me. Mischief works with my chaos, so I've got an interesting vlog coming for you for the first week of April. That was utter chaos and mischief to film, so look out for that one. Alright then, that wraps up this video. Have a wonderful rest of your week, my wonderful jelly spoons. Let me know what you are doing and let me know your favourite costumes down in the comments below. Alright, I'm gonna go film some stuff. Goodbye.